I lead BLOX in technology, which is a Sydney-based startup. We started in May 2017, and since then we've been primarily working on experiments on DLT space along with our customers. Over the period of time, we had and come across a lot of challenges. One of the major challenges was building, deploying, integration and test, and all together it used to take a lot of time, a lot of money for our customers, and for that matter we started working on a platform which can actually do the build, deployment, test, integrate and go live in a matter of few days. So we come up with the platform with the name of BLOX, and today is the day we're launching BLOX platform in Amazon Corda's live along with the partners Amazon and R3.
I look after the partner ecosystem for the big four banks, and there's some serious changes happening right now in my space. I think the stuff that we're working with the guys at BLOX and Bloxian, this is game changing. Now, everyone's talking about failing fast, everybody's talking about innovation, and this is going all the way up to the big banks. And the stuff that this guy's been showing me has been really, really exciting, and I'm really excited to be working with both of you guys. Thanks for having us as partners. And let's kick off.
Well, I'd like to introduce our first speaker for this evening. His name is Case Benet. He's flown all the way from London. He may be a little jet lagged, but he's a super engaging guy. So we've traveled a lot, spreading the Corda message, building up the Corda community around the world, particularly in India. We've had a lot of success and a lot of demand.
Corda does it in this really unique way, which is transactions are shared on a point-to-point basis. So if me and you are involved in a transaction, it's only me and you that needs to know about this. Yep, no one else needs to know. So for example, this guy over here knows facts 1, 2 and 4. This guy knows 3, 7, 9, etc. And you can think of Corda is bringing this all together and creating what's effectively the blockchain or the ledger. But at no point does anyone know anything about a transaction they're not involved in. And that's the really key, unique thing about Corda. It respects privacy in a way other blockchains don't.
So it comes handy. So you see the first app, which is legal obligation and prior. The cool thing about BLOX is you can have multiple applications in a box. If you're building like an application which requires multiple forms itself, you can bundle it up and use this as a forcing mechanism to work interactively. So I'm gonna create an obligation against a lender, and the lender being party 1. That is, I'm obliged to pay this amount if you lease me that equipment. You can actually track the equipments through barcode, record keep the equipments when they're traversing from different places. You can map the location of each equipment, track it through the QR code scan. You can have an NFC device and can take the information for real record keeping itself. So there is a possibility to actually enhance this use case itself.
For us, when we think about R3 as a company and the partners that we interact with, like Bloxian is one of our key partners globally, when I speak to enterprise customers, ultimately the number one problem they have isn't a lack of opportunities or ideas. They have plenty of those. And in fact, it's not a lack of a capability to finally deliver an end production use case that, for example, interacts with thousands of customers. It's really the gap in the middle, which is rapid experimentation. So when I speak to banks, insurers, asset managers, when I speak to corporates, they all have a desire to utilize new technologies. They want to be innovative. They want to deliver value to their customers. So the first thing that really stood out for me with BLOX was this idea that suddenly you can now enable those particular customers, those enterprise customers, to experiment rapidly and actually deliver value as quickly as possible. So I actually think that is the number one problem that a lot of potential customers and enterprise customers face in the blockchain space, and I think that's really where this kind of product fits in. And I've had a number of discussions with customers recently where they're really looking for a product like this that can really help them along that journey, and I think that's really where BLOX fits in.